There are states in America where the labor market is so tight, it's basically running like a restaurant with a full dining room and 2 people in the kitchen. The U.S. Chamber tracks how many workers are available for every 100 job openings. In some places, it's as low as about 47 workers per 100 jobs. Let that sink in. If you live there, this isn't about career opportunities. It's about whether services collapse first or prices spike first. We're breaking down 10 places where skilled workers are leaving and what that does to everything you rely on. Number 1, California. California is the flex state. Big tech logos, giant budgets, and job boards that never sleep. And yet the people who keep life functioning, nurses, electricians, teachers, keep bailing. Because the high pay headline dies the second rent hits. Then insurance, then childcare. You can make more and still feel like you're swimming with ankle weights. There are around 674,000 openings, and everyone says, but aren't there unemployed people? Sure, but these openings skew essential, and the middle income runway is gone. Add the commute math, and it's a slow grind. Licensing delays stall hires. Churn turns constant. It's like a luxury mall with no janitors. Number 2, New York. New York can greenlight shiny mega projects, but it still struggles to staff the boring essentials. Clinics, subways, sanitation, classrooms. The city looks rich, but the operations feel thin. And here's the catch. The prestige trap. You move here for the resume line and the networking. Then your routine becomes rent, groceries, and apologizing for a delayed train like it's your fault. The brain drain starts on the first rung. Entry-level pay doesn't climb as fast as rent, so people can't stick around long enough to become the experienced pros everyone needs. When vacancies pile up, service slips, waits stretch, and you pay in time and fees. Luxury prices, baseline service. If skilled workers won't stay, the city turns into a stage set. Number 3, Illinois. Illinois isn't empty. Chicago still moves like a real global city, but the talent pipeline leaks anyway. Like a cracked water main you keep ignoring because the lobby looks fine. Here's the catch: budget gravity. When every conversation circles pensions and debt, younger skilled workers hear future taxes, fewer services. So they leave early, before the bill gets taped to their fridge. Then the day-to-day stuff starts biting. Property taxes feel personal. School funding looks like a zip code lottery. Roads and transit fixes crawl along, which traps trades and mid-career people paying for yesterday. And shortages feed themselves. Fewer pros means higher bids, slower repairs, and employers quietly expanding somewhere else. The skyline stays up, the operations don't. Number 4, New Jersey. New Jersey is stacked with high-skill work. Pharma, finance-adjacent offices, ports, warehouses, and yet it keeps leaking workers like a tire with a slow nail. Here's the sandwich: high property taxes, high home prices, and childcare that feels like a second rent payment. You can clear 6 figures and still live like you're one roof leak away from a meltdown. That squeezes the backbone jobs first. Mechanics, EMTs, nurses, line supervisors, people who need to be on site, can't buy anywhere near the schedule. So the solution becomes commuting. Long drives, packed trains, constant lateness. Employers keep now hiring up like it's decor, while the workforce quietly lives elsewhere. Number 5, Massachusetts. Massachusetts cranks out elite degrees like it's an assembly line, but it can't keep the people who actually make the place function close to the jobs. But here's the catch: housing is tight. Even strong salaries fight over limited places, and mid-skill workers just get priced out, which quietly breaks hospitals, labs, and schools from the inside. So you end up with 2 economies. The high-wage knowledge crowd inflates everything, and everyone else gets told to just commute like time doesn't cost money. Then growth hits a wall. Research hubs and hospitals can't scale without techs, support staff, and nurses who can afford to live nearby. Number 6, Connecticut. Connecticut has money. You see it in the houses, the donations, the nice area vibes. But whole office corridors feel like they're running on half power. Fewer commuters, fewer lunch spots, fewer random reasons to be out. But here's the catch: you're paying for a lifestyle you don't fully get. High costs and taxes, then downtowns that can feel quiet because remote work moved the action into living rooms. If you work healthcare, education, or the trades, you can't zoom your way out. Your costs stay high while the demand gets choppy. And with an aging population and retirements, replacements need to show up fast. They don't. Number 7, Hawaii. Hawaii can feel like a resort that forgot to hire staff. Long waits, limited appointments, and the faces behind the counter change so often you stop learning names. But here's the catch: island cost of living is a blunt weapon. Groceries cost more, gas costs more, Housing is a knife fight. If you're a nurse or an electrician, you do the math and you bounce, and replacements hesitate because they'd be paying tourist prices to live like a local. Then it compounds. Short healthcare and trades means repairs drag, permits crawl, and everything gets pricier through delay. Training is harder on islands, recruiting is harder, and normal life becomes waiting. Number 8, Iowa. Iowa looks steady from the outside. Calm towns, familiar employers, decent houses. Then you notice the same "help wanted" signs aging in the sun like they signed a long-term lease. But here's the catch: opportunity density. If you're skilled, you want a ladder, not a treadmill. Fewer specialized roles means fewer promotions, fewer co-workers doing your same niche, and fewer reasons to stay once you've learned the job. Hospitals need techs and nurses. Plants need maintenance. Logistics needs dispatchers and supervisors. The pipeline competes with bigger cities that offer 3 options, not 1. When young pros drift out, enrollments dip, budgets soften, and the amenities stall. Number 9, Louisiana. Louisiana hits you with a gut check. This brain drain isn't only about pay, it's about risk. People leave because life gets harder to insure and harder to rebuild. But here's the catch: storms, flooding, and insurance chaos create a cost stack that never stops. When your premium spikes or coverage vanishes, that's a pay cut you didn't vote for. If you're a nurse, an engineer, or a contractor, you can work anywhere. Why stay when your housing costs feel unstable and the infrastructure feels fragile? Then the system takes the hit. Fewer tradespeople slows repairs. Fewer clinicians stretches hospitals. It's like living on a subscription that keeps raising the price. Number 10, West Virginia. West Virginia's shortage isn't a chart, it's miles. It's the drive for a specialist. It's fewer clinics, and the kind of "we can get you in next month" energy that changes how you live. But here's the catch: health needs run high while providers run low. Infrastructure doesn't help. When roads, broadband, and basic services feel unreliable, the people still holding the system together burn out fast. So if you're a nurse, electrician, or IT worker, you're not picking a wage. You're picking whether your family can get care and fixes. Employers raise pay, postings sit, and the loop tightens. Here's the main reveal: spreadsheets lie. A state can look loaded and still be operationally poor when the skilled middle can't afford to stay close enough to work. And a cheap state can still fall apart if clinics, contractors, and schools thin out until everything becomes a waiting list. So here's your challenge when you're picking a place to live. Don't shop by skyline. Shop by time to appointment, time to repair, and whether the people doing essential work can afford the zip code.